Hi, Mrs. Shenley.
You're early.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, but I've had a couple of cancellations this morning.
Well, I'm busy. I do have other things to do, you know.
Yeah, your social diary's full to the brim.
What was that?
I just thought, since I'm here...
Oh, well, you'll have to wait.
I'm here to redress your legs, Mrs. Shenley, not to perform major surgery.
The kettle's boiled. You can make yourself useful. Do a pot of tea.
I've told you before, I'm not the home help.
Oh, what a thing to say. And me, a poor old lady living on my own. Now make the tea and stop complaining. I'm not having you make me late.
Look, this is ridiculous! Be serious and come on! And can we not just talk? Can we not just talk about it? 2 weeks! 2 tiny wee weeks, Lena, I'll get you the money! By the end of the day! Oh, well, that's great. Thank you very much, you minging scumbag!
Oh, it's freezing in here. Why have you got the window wide open?
Just put the tray down there and keep your mouth shut.
Mrs. Shenley, you can't possibly sit in front of a wide open window in the middle of December. Your legs.
I've got a blanket for my legs.
That's not the point.
Listen, girl. You come round here and you try and boss me about every time. And I never take any notice, so I don't know why you're wasting your breath.
Fine, if you want to make the ulcers on your legs worse, then you...
Shut up now and drink your tea. It's about to start.
Well, what are we waiting for anyway?
You just wait, girl.
Mac? Mac?
What? What?
Your first patient's waiting.
Right, well, show him in. Lots to get through today. What's his name?
Mr. Peplow. He thinks he's got stomach cancer, where it's just...
Trapped wind, yes, I remember. Right, wheel him in. Now would be a good time.
Yeah, of course.
Good.
She hasn't sung that one for a while. It's my favourite. You can close the doors now, girl.
That was extraordinary.
It was that. Come on, you can do my legs now.
But who was it?
Oh, interested now, are we?
Well, you have to admit.
Oh, it must have been 2 months ago when I first heard her. I thought I was imagining things at first. The voice of an angel drifting across the gardens. But no, she sings every day about this time. Different songs, but every one a beauty.
Who is she?
Her name is Anna Bloom. Jewish, probably. It was her mother's old house, but Anna moved in when the old dear died. Anna was a big star in the opera, and she gave it all up because of a broken heart. The Meals on Wheels lady says that Anna had a nervous breakdown when her mother died. Everyone's got a story, but no one has ever met her. Whatever's gone on, I think that poor girl's in a right old state, if you ask me. But her singing, well, you heard it yourself, is beautiful.
Well, it's not quite my cup of tea, classical stuff. I prefer modern music.
Nonsense. Good music is good music. Even a young fool like you can appreciate that.
I suppose so.
Good, because I've got a job for you.
Oh, Mrs. Shenley.
You've got no excuses, you've got cancellations, you told me.
I'm not unblocking your drains again, I told you that.
Shut up a minute, girl. I want you to go and see Anna Bloom.
Why?
Well, why do you think? I can't go round there with my legs.
Well, I can't just go and knock on her door.
Let me finish, will you? You see that plant over there? Horrible, ugly thing. My niece sent that instead of visiting. Well, you can take it round to Anna and say it's a mark of appreciation from her neighbours, her fans. You know you want to.
So, how's it going?
Could have done faster if there weren't any interruptions.
Oh, sorry.
Worth it for the tea. Though I've noticed that a delivery usually means you've got an agenda.
Well, I'd hardly call it.
But?
Mac's first patient was early this morning, so I told Mac, and he told me to give him 10 minutes before sending Mr. Petblow through, which I did.
And?
He found Mac fast asleep.
Ah, well, it was a bit of a heavy night last night. Kieran wasn't sleeping, and neither of us got much peace.
Oh, well, that explains it. I mean, I can keep him fueled up with coffee, and he can have 40 winks at lunchtime.
Thank you, Katrina.
Any time.
Who is it? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb you, but...
You're a nurse?
Oh, no, it's not. I've just been visiting one of my patients, Mrs. Shenley. She lives across back. We were listening to you singing earlier. She wanted me to give you this.
Why?
Well, she's a bit of a fan of yours. It was lovely.
You'd better come in. For you. Thank you. It's a long time since someone gave me flowers. I'm not good with plants, though. It'll probably die. Would you like some Earl Grey? I'm just making some.
Well, I've just had...
Please.
That would be very nice. Thanks.
Good. I'll bring it through. Why don't you take this into the living room? I won't be long. I've no milk, but you'll have lemon.
Yeah, fine.
I must say, it is nice to have an unexpected visitor.
Well, Mrs. Shenley was determined that I come. She just wanted to say thank you. All the neighbours enjoy your songs, she says. They like to stop and listen. It's like they're... I don't know.
Enchanted? Yeah, I've heard that before. Well, you can thank Mrs. Shenley and her friends. I'm glad they enjoy my singing. But as you can see, I'm no fairy tale.
But you are a trained singer.
Once upon a time.
I'm sorry. If you don't want to talk about it.
Not at all. I had some success, but I was hardly a star. To be honest, I don't think I was quite suited to it. So when my mother died, I came here. I quite like the solitude.
Right. How long since your mother died?
A couple of months.
And how did...
Oh, it was after a long illness.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me. I think I may have strained my voice earlier. I hope I haven't got a cold coming on. Mrs. Shenley might have to wait for my next performance.
Are you registered with a doctor?
It's only a cold, nothing life-threatening.
We're only down the road. You can come and have a look round and see what you think.
Is this a public relations exercise? Are you trying to recruit more patients to increase your budgets?
Of course not. I just come across a lot of people who live on their own in my work, and I know it can help to have someone you can call on if ever you're sick. That's all.
I'm sorry, you're right. The truth is, I don't really go out anymore. It's amazing what you can have delivered. I find it quite difficult.
Why is that, you think?
You think I'm agoraphobic?
It's possible, but I'm not a doctor. Sometimes people can get into the habit of never going out and suddenly find that they can't. Maybe if you talk to one of our doctors...
I've told you I don't like doctors.
You're not as happy here as you say you are. Are you?
No.
Listen, I've really got to go, but I'm going to arrange for someone to come back here to have a chat with you, see if they can help. If they can't, then there's no harm done.
Well, maybe.
Good. I'll try and get them to come today if I can.
Okay.
I'll see myself out.
Sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine.
I bought the review you asked for.
Thank you.
Problems?
Oh, you know, the usual.
Ah, yes, the usual. I get to see that quite a lot.
What?
Short-term pain relief. Lunch with me. If you're not feeling better after an hour's good company, you get to complain to the GMC. Deal?
Mark, it's very sweet of you, but...
Deal?
Deal.
All right. Half an hour then.
Spring cleaning?
Oh, a bit of detective work. I just thought if I could find out what the old lady died of, it might give me a clue. Tried ringing Steve in Nottingham, but he's on holiday.
Well, luckily, I have no idea of what you're talking about. But Mrs. Shenley phoned? Something about reporting back.
Well, she'll have to wait. I haven't finished yet.
OK, Detective Inspector. Understood.
Found it.
You wanted me?
Gotta take care. She's on a bit of a mission.
Congestive heart failure. That doesn't tell me anything.
Hello?
Oh, good you're here. I need you to do a home visit for me this morning.
Is it on my list?
It is now. Anna Bloom, a recluse, possibly agoraphobic, depression, recent bereavement. There are a couple of other things that bother me.
Have you got a note?
There aren't any. She's not registered with us.
What?
She's not registered with anyone, but I've persuaded her to see a doctor. You.
Oh, come on, Faith. I've got other home visits besides
For me.
Sounds like she needs to see a therapist, not a GP.
Just go round, will ya?
Why are you so worked up about this woman?
Look, Ben, I didn't go to med school. I'm just a nurse. But I do spend time with my patients. I listen to them and I have very good instincts. There's something seriously wrong in that house and I just want your professional opinion.
What's it worth?
You'll have to earn it first. I've left the details with Katrina. Now, can you just go? I've got patients to see.
I don't think this is a good idea, Beth.
Oh, why not? I've been virtually living at your place the last couple of weeks anyway. This won't be much different. And if it'll give us a chance to spend some time together.
I've done nothing but spend time with you recently.
Quality time? We spent the last few weeks panicking about Sean. I'm talking about having some fun for a change, like we used to. And I'm going to be working here most nights, so I won't cramp your style. What's that supposed to mean? Well, if you started seeing someone, I'd make myself scared. Well, I'd have to make sure of that, wouldn't I? All right. So you think I'm going to try and steal your boyfriend again? Well, if the cap fits. Oh, well, thank you very much. You know, you just stop blaming me for all your problems. OK, I slept with Richard, and I'm sorry. But I was nothing to do with the breakup of your first marriage, and you managed to dump Pete all on your own. You see? This is what it'll be like, at each other's throats all the time. And this is just lunch, and you think we can live together? No way, Beth. It's not going to happen. Oh, fine. Just walk away like you always do. It's so much for family loyalty. Excuse me. Hello, and welcome to the Leather Bar, where the fun never ends. Can I get you two a drink?
Hello? Miss Bloom?
Who is it?
Dr. Ben Kwame, Riverside Surgery. Nurse Walker asked me to call round.
No. I'm sorry. I've changed my mind.
I'm just here to help if I can.
No. I don't need a doctor. Goodbye.
Fine. There's plenty of people who do.
Still trying to keep myself awake. Is Kate about?
No, she's gone for lunch at the bar with Mark.
I'd better get on.
Anna, I'm sorry. I've told you, I just don't like doctors. I was just hoping that Dr. Kwame could help.
I don't need any help. Why can't you just leave me alone? I'm quite happy here, on my own with my music.
Singing for the neighbours is enough.
I sing for my own benefit, but if they enjoy it too, then... Thank you for your concern, but I think you'd better go now.
I'm sorry, Anna, but I'm not going to leave.
What?
I was talking to someone this morning about instinct, intuition. And when I see someone like you in so much pain, hiding away from the world, well, I just have to do something about it.
I've told you there's nothing wrong with me.
I think there is. I think you're lying.
Lying about what?
At first, I thought you were agoraphobic. You may well be. But there was something else I couldn't quite put my finger on. And then I realised it was the singing that bothered me. Don't get me wrong, it was a beautiful voice. But it's not yours, is it?
I don't know what you mean.
This house smells of cigarette smoke. There's nicotine on the inside of the windows.
No, that was my mother. She smoked like a chimney.
No, she didn't. I found her old medical records. And that's not a cold you're getting, it's a smoker's cough. I know because my gran sounded exactly the same, and she was on 20 a day.
So I have the odd cigarette. What does it matter? I'm not a professional singer anymore.
I'm beginning to wonder if you ever were.
What?
I heard someone singing this morning, but it wasn't you. And it certainly wasn't on that piano. I played a couple of chords and it's not even in tune. My mother's a singer, only amateur stuff, but she always warms up her voice. Always. We didn't hear a warm-up this morning.
I don't want to bore you.
Why not? Got nothing else to do.
You said you were going to take my mind off my problems.
I think I've achieved that.
Well, let's just leave it there then, shall we?
Fair enough. It's just that sometimes other people can help find solutions to your problems, that's all.
And you think you're the man for the job?
Problem solving was my speciality in the army. They even gave me a medal for it.
Really?
Oh, yes. So, problem one. Mac.
Please, Mark.
Give me a chance. He hasn't taken Kieran's arrival very well. He's struggling at work, he's drinking a bit too much. Am I on the right lines?
If you want to be brutal about it, yes. But
He's under too much strain. From what I can see, he's accepted Kieran now, but He's not really handling the stress of it. So, reduce the stress.
How?
Reduce the workload. Any number of holidays isn't going to sort that out. He's just going to come back to more of the same. Maybe he should consider working part-time.
We talked about it before. You know, Mac taking more of a back seat and offering Ben the permanent position. Before I was pregnant, he was even talking of retiring.
Retirement? Wow. That could be the answer.
You couldn't be more wrong. That was my voice you heard this morning, and I did have a career. I was touted as the next big thing. When I finished at the academy, I gave a recital, and one of the critics said that my voice was a true mirror to the soul. Have you any idea what that feels like? To have this incredible instrument inside you, this gift. It's like flying. It's the most wonderful feeling. I won a scholarship to a music school in Chicago. One of the best. My future seemed assured. And then I met Daniel. He was a great teacher. My Svengali. He promised me the world, and I believed him. You have to trust your teacher. His techniques were a little different to what I was used to. But he assured me that together we were exercising and strengthening muscles that I'd never really used before. He wouldn't let me perform. Wouldn't let me sing for anyone else. Not until we're ready, he used to say. But deep down, I knew something was wrong. So in the end, I went to see a fellow student, someone I trusted, and I sang for her. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
No.
She wept.
But wasn't there something that they could do to repair the damage?
Of course. According to the doctors, I had misinterpreted what Daniel had taught me. But it was possible to relearn and retrain my vocal muscles so that I could sing again. I tried for 4 years.
Anna, I'm so sorry.
I know it's there, you see. My voice. It's still there. I just can't quite reach it anymore. This was recorded just before I went to Chicago.
So why?
Because here I can pretend I still have a voice. I maintain the fantasy. Miming every day to my own lost voice, pretending I can still reach it. Becoming a legend in my own backyard. And that's enough.
Then at least let me help you. I know a really good counsellor. She does a lot of work at the surgery.
And she specialises in singers that have lost their voice, does she? How many clients does she have in Leatherbridge?
She deals with bereavement, with loss. You've lost your mother and your voice. And there are ways of dealing with that. She can help you. Please.
I'll think about it.
JC,
This is only temporary.
absolutely.
And then, when you save enough money,
I'll get my own place, I promise. I'll work double shifts at the bar.
you better.
You won't regret this.
I'll hold you to that.
So she is a recluse.
Something like that.
And yet she sings so beautifully.
Yeah, she does.
Thanks for going round, love.
I've been wondering, why have you never talked about Anna before? I've been coming here for weeks now. You never mentioned her, all the singing.
Because she belongs to us. To Mr. Lawrence and Debbie next door, and me. Everyone else round here is at work during the day. But we're here and we get to listen to Anna Bloom. She's our secret. And now she's your secret too.
Yeah, I suppose she is.
You won't tell anyone?
No, I promise.
Listen, she's singing again. Quick, girl, open the windows. Oh, we are honoured. She never sings twice in one day.
Dein Werk, das